Morning, students. Today we are going to read the poem Wind by Subramanya Bharati. His full name is Chinna Swami Subramanya Bharati and was born on 11th December 1882 in Madras. He is regarded as the father of the modern Tamil style. The prestigious Subramaniam Award is a literary honor in India which Kendriya Hindi Sangathan, the Ministry of Human Resources Development, annually confers on writers of outstanding works in literature. The poem The Wind is describes the power of wind. The power of wind has been described and it is destructive, very destructive. Weak people surrender in front of obstacles, but the strongest emerge as stronger. So let's read the poem. Wind, come softly. Don't break the shutters of the windows. Don't scatter the papers. Don't throw down the books on the shelf. There, look what you did. You threw them all down. You tore the pages of the books. You brought the rain. You are very clever at poking fun at weaklings. Poking fun means making fun of the weak people. Now, the poet is talking to the wind and asks the wind to come softly. The wind should not be strong and loud, but it should be soft and gentle. He says that the wind is very destructive. It breaks the shutters of the windows and scatters the papers. When the wind is powerful, the books on the shelf falls down. The poet describes the power of the wind. Whenever there is a strong wind, all the weak things, that is, small plants, weak houses, doors, etc., get destroyed or fall down. The poet also says that the wind is destructive like a youth, that is, full of energy, violence, and destruction. Frail, crumbling houses, crumbling doors, crumbling life, crumbling bodies, crumbling hurt. The wind god winnows and crushes them all. Here, in the second extract, crumbling has been repeated many times to lay stress that everything crumbles in front of strong winds. So the poet says that when the wind is very powerful, it leads to damage and destruction of everything. The houses which are weak fall, the doors fall, the beams supporting the house fall, all the structures of wood fall when the wind is very strong, very fierce, very powerful. All bodies of people fall, lives fall, hurts, etc. Everything fall. So the poet says that everything that is weak cannot stand against the power of wind. When a person, when a weak person faces any adversity or challenge in life, he breaks down and falls. That means he surrenders himself. He loses all his hope. Instead of being bold and fighting the situation that comes in front of him, he becomes very hopeless. He surrenders himself in front of the obstacle that he faces in life. The poet calls the wind as wind god and says that the powerful god of wind winnows. Winnows means a particular process in which we separate the grains from the dust. That is, the weak people fall down and get crushed. Just like the winnows, just like the winnows, the wheat to separate from chaff, it means that wind God separates the strong people from the weak. Winnows is a process of separating grain from the dust. And when people face hardship, people face obstacles and problems in life, then that is a process of winnowing. That means separating the people who are strong, they face the challenges of life, but the weak people, they surrender themselves and they get destroyed. He won't do what you tell him. Him here refers to the wind. So come, let's build strong homes. Let's join the doors firmly. Practice to film the body. Make the heart steadfast. Do this, and the wind will be friends with you. So here the poet, in this particular extract, the poet wants us to make friendship with the wind. That is, the adversities in our life. Wind here refers to the adversities, the problems, the difficulties, the ups and downs we face in life. He also says that the problems will not listen to us, but we have to adjust. We have to be bold enough to face the situations in life, the adversities. He also says that the problems will not listen to us. They will come and we should be prepared to face them. We should build strong homes, close the doors firmly. We should also make our body, we should also make our body strong, hearts firm, and face the challenges of life. Once we are strong enough, all the challenges will be our friends. But if we are scared, if we are afraid, if we are afraid to take risk in life, then we will never be successful. The wind blows out weak fires. He makes strong fire roar and flourish. His friendship is good. We praise him every day. So here, in the fourth abstract, the poet says that the poet has compared wind to God, and he also praises wind every day. He says that everything that is weak gets finished off or destroyed in face of the strong wind. That wind, when the wind blows, we have seen that when there is powerful wind, everything that comes on its way get destroyed, blown off. But the things that are strong flourish. The poet gives us a very important message through this poem. We should not be distressed by the difficulties and adversities in life. Instead, but we should be bold, we should be prepared always to face the challenges in life. We should make ourselves physically and mentally strong to face the challenges. We will become friends with the wind, and we will be happy that we had these challenges in our life, because they help us to become stronger and a better fighter in the battle of life. There are many ups and downs in our life. As a student, as a human being, we face, life can never be a smooth sailing, but we are bound to face many challenges in our life, many ups and downs. But we should always be mentally and physically ready, prepared to face those challenges in life. Life can never be a smooth sailing. Now, the theme of the poem is, we have to face many ups and downs in life, obstacles, adversities, etc. We should never give up, but should be bold and try to master them. Now, let's discuss some literary terms, literary devices. Now, rhyming, rhyme scheme. The entire poem is written in free verse because there is no rhyming scheme. And when there is no rhyming scheme in a poem, it is called free verse. Anaphora. When a word is repeated at the start of two or more lines, it is called anaphora. And when you go through the poem, you can see that line 2, 3, and 4, in these three lines 2, 3, and 4, the particular word don't has been repeated, so it is an anaphora. And in line 6, 7, and 8, the 6, 7, and 8, the particular line starts with you. Then personification. Wind has been personified here, and you should know that. I think all of you might be knowing what personification is. Then, when the poet says "you are," that means you here refer to the wind, and you and the poem and the wind has been personified here because it has been referred as you. He is referring to wind. It means he is treating the wind as a person. Alliteration. The repetition of a constant sound in close connection is called alliteration. Now, when you show the wind winnows, that means the particular sound W in wind and W in winnows has been repeated. And when the particular sound is repeated two or more than two times, it is called alliteration. Then, won't, want, won't W sound, want W sound. So, I want you to listen and see the video very carefully, and then we will have our discussions and doubt classes.